Soft skills really matter. Yeah, for real, man. They really do. They really do matter in this field, man. That's one of the most difficult things about GRC is the dealing with difficult people, dealing with being able to speak the language of different people within your organization. It's challenging. Like that's the biggest challenge of it. And in that way, it's harder than some other IT jobs where you're doing is sitting in a closet fixing stuff because you don't have to deal with people. I mean, it's really hard. Some day I have hard days where it's really this is not an easy job. I have hard days where I have to deal with very, very difficult customers, and I've got to have the emotional intelligence and the patience to deal with it and to keep going and humble myself to continue to deal with, people getting their feelings sometimes. You got to deal with people on their worst day and then keep going. So let me see. I'm reading you guys' questions here. We're 30 minutes in. Professor Black Ops, how you doing, sir? Professor Black Ops, you guys don't know, is on YouTube. Just look up Professor Black Ops. He talks about GRC. That's his main bread and butter. He works for the IRS, and he does my favorite stuff he does is the AWS stuff. I'm always staying up late watching that kind of stuff from him because I've been getting into the AWS and the cloud stuff. And then Larry, how you doing, man? Shout out to the chat. And Larry is also like me. He's working in the government sector, and both of us are impacted by this in different ways. And he says, after all the layoffs, cuts, forced retirements, etc., my agency has unveiled their very own proprietary AI bot. How's that going? How you think that that's going to go? Is that going to replace some folks? I'm very interested in knowing more about this. He says, I've been working with teams for the last months compiling data for different systems and tools. The amount of users, if there is an AI or a cloud connection, cost, amount of tasks to run, etc. I don't think taking a look behind the curtain hurts. I don't think getting rid of inefficiency hurts, but people don't understand these cuts are coming without viable replacements or solutions. And that's been my issue here. Just speaking from like where I'm at, where the organization I'm working for really is not getting cut. They're adding, as a matter of fact, adding parts of that organization I work for. So based on what I told you, probably guess where I'm working. But what I'm seeing on the fringes of that, because we're a contractor, we have multiple. There's other contractors working in other departments, and they are getting cut. And what I'm seeing is just confusion on like, okay, well, what about they're ending? What they're doing is, give you an example, USAID. They cut it, citing all kinds of conspiracy theories about what they're doing that's evil and things like that. But the funny thing is if you look into it, they really didn't end all of it. What they did was they absorbed it into the State Department. You just got to look in. You can't just click on use clickbait as your main source of information. You have to read what's going on, because they didn't eliminate all of USAID. They didn't eliminate all of it. It got absorbed into the State Department. So they're still doing a lot of the things that you probably don't agree with. Like if you think, oh yeah, they're good, they're a corrupt organization, they're still doing a lot of the stuff that they were doing before. They just absorbed it into the State Department so they can control it better. It's really, this thing seems to be more about control than anything. Because I don't know what other reason why they would do some of the stuff they're doing. If you look into it, a lot of it, the cuts, it's insignificant. And if you compare it to what they're trying to do with the budget, it doesn't save anything. It's going to raise the debt ceiling to like another $3 trillion. The interest rate of what the U.S. pays is now higher than healthcare. I think it's now higher than. And that's because they keep raising the national debt. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Like the narratives, when you dig into it, the narratives that they're saying, you can't just go off clickbait. You have to do more research. But back to the what we're talking about here. I'm in the government space. They're cutting, slashing jobs, and unfortunately, I think they're losing. What I'm definitely seeing is a loss of brain trust. That means like you have somebody who's really good at what they do. You have somebody who knows something that who's a master at what they do because they've had longevity. They've been there for a long time, and they really should be mentoring other people to continue it on. And these guys are like, we're losing some of our best people, and they're going off and going to start their own business or go, which that's good, or going to the private sector. But what's happening is they're not going to want to work in the government sector, and we really need people. The government sector really, really needs people to continue this work. I mean, there's a lot of good work being done that's behind the scenes that is necessary to protect your information, to protect your social security number, to protect your VA benefits, right? Like otherwise, it's a free for all.